MRG partners ir biznesa platforma, kas apvieno būvniecības nozares speciālistus un darbojas 4 pakalpojumu sektoros – ielu kompleksa būvniecība vai pārbūve, teritorijas labiekārtošana, hidrobūvniecība, ēku būvniecība un iekšdarbi. Mēs piedāvājam skaidrs un saprotams risinājums ēku un inženieru būvju projektēšanā, teritorijas labiekārtošanā, dokumentu sagatavošanai, būvju nodošanai eksploatācijā un juridisko palīdzību. MRG partners – stabils, profesionāls un atbildīgs partners.
I like it. It's definitely different from the States, but I like it a lot. I definitely got to get used to it. I mean, I've been out a couple times, been here and there, but definitely like it. Yeah, I like my teammates. All my teammates are cool. There's no beef or nothing like that. Definitely, we have a lot of games, so definitely the chemistry is going to come later on, as I could feel that for sure. But I mess with my teammates. They're all pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, I hope we win it all, man. I hope we win our cups. Hope we make it to the playoffs, win the playoffs, have a good season. Have a more of a positive season than a negative. I feel like we could do that for sure this season. Yeah, a message to the Manchester fans, I'd have to say, keep showing up and showing out, man. We're gonna put on a show for you guys. We definitely want to get the wins and the dubs for you guys. So yeah.
Yes, it's not a dream start. Obviously, winning the home opener is important, showing that we can protect our home court. Losing the game on the road against Surrey, this is going to be a big test for us. How do we respond to adversity? Obviously, it hurts us to miss Kane, who's going to be one of our main defenders, and adding Gabe, who's extremely. And like I said, it's not how we should have reacted on the road against Surrey, but how we respond to this will be important in the coming weeks. European basketball, the ENBL, it's a new league, but playing against different cultures of basketball, being able to travel, the camaraderie built together as a team. It's exciting, especially for Manchester basketball. I think this is a new phase. We're in a new development as a club, and being able to play in European side is really big for us as a club, but also for our team.
So it's showtime right now here as we have European basketball back on the way. As Manchester we go on, let's go, Manny, let's go. Manchester side possession. And Fury to the back. For the first 2 points on the board. Okay, the basket, Manchester, we go on. Let's go, Manny, let's go. Now, Mordzs on the floor. And that'll be first personal for number 15, Marius Valetta. Will be at the basket first. Foul as Matt Pitkin at the line, position 2. Cross points. 1 to come.
And tied at 2-all 2 as Nicholson goes 2 of 2 from the line.
Zach Irving picking up Johnson full court. Pace on defense, even at his side.
Thompson over to Johnson. Johnson going to take it all the way to the basket. High up the glass.
Now you see me, now we know. Johnson gets by on the right side. Kisses that glass. Nice start in the point guard.
And Johnson, an incredibly explosive player. Manchester are going to need to try and cut off that lane to the basket as Cleary 3 spins out. Keila back on the attack. Thompson just a bit too much on that pass. Let's see what he was going for with Spalletta racing down under the basket.
Yeah, took the extra dribble when he didn't really need it. Spalletta beat his man down court. Something that he's really been told to do is beat Nicholson down court. I'm not sure whether it looked like a Manchester hand touched that basketball. But yeah, Spalletta can definitely out Nicholson, you would say, from basket to basket.
Johnson, Spalletta, good ball movement here. 3 is up and down. Tasser gets it going for Keila. Oh, it's a long. No, it's a 3. It was a 3. 7-2 lead for Keila here.
Yeah, Estonian and the 20 national team player. Accustomed to big-time shots. Smith Jr. speaking about big-time shots. Smith Jr.
is a shooter, leading the SLB in points per game this season so far, as Thompson gets the roll. And it's a 9-5 lead for Keila here, with just over 7.5 minutes to play. Jones, Cleary in the corner, drives to the basket, late, doesn't get that to drop. That looked like it was in.
Yeah, Kyle Cleary with 3 good looks, but I love that he put his head down and got to the bucket. Not settling for the outside jump shot. He can score in bunches. We've seen him do that at college.
Spalletta double teamed and foul is called on the floor. That'll be the first team foul against Manchester.
Spalletta is a weapon. They can pass the ball into him and everyone can move off it. Max Jones coming down and double it early. You don't see that. It's a mark of respect for the number 15 for Keila.
Johnson pulls it from the corner and hits.
Oh wow, and he just walked across there. Nailed that 3 ball right on
Keila out to a hot start here in the first quarter. Jones spins, fading away. It's a tough move. Those balls picked up by Keila, and foul goes against Manchester. That's the second team foul, and Keila will take it from the sideline.
Max Jones just picking up his first personal and just saying, just everybody slow down, you know. As Kadarius Johnson will handle things again at the point. He looks a good guard, Caz. Looks explosive.
Very explosive guard out of Georgia Mason University, playing NCAA Division I last season. Spent 3 years at Auburn University as well, a very high-profile player. As he gets the ball back, goes against Irvin. Spalletta from behind the arc, doesn't go.
Just going to say, and he can do it from the outside as well, but air ball way short. Nicholson knows now he can back up slightly.
Nicholson hands off to Cleary. Manchester looking to cut into this deficit. And ball's knocked away, ends up in the hands of Nicholson, over to Irvin, who finishes with a reverse. That is his signature move from Zach Irvin.
Too easy just to lay the ball in on the easy side. He goes and reverses, puts some English on it, and kisses it off the glass. Here's Spalletta once more. The foul is called on Nicholson.
And that'll be Nicholson's second. Third team foul on Manchester. So Spalletta goes to the foul line. Playing his first season for Keila, was out in Austria last year, where he averaged just under 18 points per game, 5.7 rebounds.
We love what he's doing already. Especially big man, he can step outside and play on the perimeter, but he's also very, very active in ball screens, which is a nightmare if you're another big guy having to guard that, who's gone to the bench. Really, really tough matchup for anybody.
Gets the roll on the free throw, and we will see into the game for the first time for Manchester basketball. New signing, Gabe Oseboyan, pretty much off the plane onto the court.
Well, I'm expecting big things, and the reason being, Coach Alton hasn't wasted any time getting into the ball game. He's waited only a sparingly 4 minutes to get Oseboyan into the game and see if he's instant impact.
Cleary finds Smith.
Here he is.
Oseboyan on the baseline, and will be a travel called against Manchester. So a 7-point lead for Keila. Johnson looks to get it over the halfway line. Using the screen from Spalletta, swings it back round. Thompson shots up, off the rim. Oseboyan gets it to Cleary. And three won't go for Manchester.
He's wasting no time in getting going early offensively. That's two moves he's made. One an outside shot, and he travelled on the one before, but to come into the game and just say, give me the basketball, I'm trying to score. I think we can already expect some big nights from the man wearing number 3. But right now, it's been all Keila.
It has a 14-7 lead, and we've got a substitution here, as we'll see Ralph Cuttis check in for the first time for Keila, as Isaiah Thompson heads to the bench. And we'll see Cody John into the game for Manchester. So Alexander Tasser at the line for 2. Playing his first season for Keila, was with Caltech last year. Averaging 6.3 points per game in the Estonian and Latvian league. And 2 for 2 from the line. As Manchester looking to chip into this Keila lead, 16-7. Smith gets the ball. Has Spalletta in front of him. Gonna take it, ball's loose, knocked out of bounds. It's gonna stay with Manchester. You can see the mismatch there. Smith using his speed to try and get to the basket, but good defense from Keila.
Yeah, just keep my eye on Oseboyan just come into the game. He's been in literally a minute or so, and he's already limping. Looks like he's got a little bit of a dead leg.
Jones puts it up from deep. doesn't go.
Manchester have had some good looks though, Caz. You know, they've had some makeable shots. Kyle Cleary being the one exceptional guy. But what a pass to Sal. Look at those big men pass the basketball. Usually you see guards doing that.
And we will have a timeout called, so we'll be back after this short break.
Spalletta right on the money.
Manchester Basketball would like to thank our team sponsors for the 2025-26 season. First of all, Castor, our official team aware partner, better never stops. Our official nutrition partner, Science in Sport. Manchester Active, a not-for-profit organisation established and overseen by Manchester City Council, here to inspire and encourage people.
Back out on the floor, 18-7, Keila lead here in the first quarter, 4 minutes 40 to play. So Manchester with some work to do here, Jason. What do you want to see from them coming out of that timeout?
Well, we can already establish that it's extremely apparent that Johnson handles the ball on every single offense. They go high ball screen, and he often tries to get to the cup and facilitate, and it creates kind of a mismatch for other guys. And I would like to see Smith, who's going to have the ball in his hands any second now, try put Johnson in some screen and rolls. Try make him defensively play. Maybe he could pick up a couple of fouls. Try and change the dynamic of their offense at the other end too, and we're seeing that right now.
As Smith out to Irving. Irving on the baseline. Manchester moving the ball around here. And into the corner. Irving's three doesn't drop, but Oseboyan with the rebound, and Smith hits his second three of the game.
Still ticking over from the weekend. Smith Jr., second three ball, 6 points personal. He's feeling it right now at this early point of the season.
Johnson had space. Spalletta. Ball's knocked away. John comes up with it. Cody John into the game for the first time for Manchester. As ball will go out of bounds.
Cody John, just a guy looking to get going. You can see it in the last two games in the SLB, what he's been doing. He's been trying to score, which he always does, but he's just not got into that groove. PJ Smith is in that groove. Cody John just needs to get there. We know he can. Maybe it will take a few games, Caz.
I mean, it's very early in the season for both teams, isn't it? Manchester having played 2 Super League games so far. Their first game in the ENBL this season, as Irving grabs the rebound. But you see there, that's the impact that Oseboyan has on defense, just standing his ground. As Irving gets Manchester another chance. John. Into the hands of Smith. Ball's off the front of the rim. Marga's pass for Keila, finds Johnson. Sal in the corner with space!
Wow, and I don't think they've missed from that corner. Every shot they've taken's gone in. Sal making it look easy. He had a hand right in his face.
If you're Manchester, you've got to close down that space in the corner, that three-point shot. Oseboyan, what a pass into Irving under the hoop.
There's that man against Zach Irving. If you turn your head on defense, he's going to run that baseline and find that little gap. A nice pass by Oseboyan.
9-point lead for Keila. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Ball goes out of bounds, but you see it's that corner, the shooter in the corner is
Yeah.
there.
It is, but that's the difference in Johnson having to handle the ball. And Ralph Cuttis, who's the guy who moves without the basketball and shoots from the outside, he had to dictate the offense. So maybe when Johnson gives up that basketball, he doesn't get it back. Easier said than done, but make a concerted effort of keeping it out of his hands.
Tim Adesukasi checking in for Manchester. Smith goes against Johnson. Smith with 6 points for Manchester. Adesukasi driving baseline. We got reverse layups all over the floor, Jason.
We have.
Johnson takes it to the rack and gets the ball back. Somehow got the rebound there. And Path puts up a three off the back iron, and Manchester coming back on the attack. And Adesukasi going to take it coast to coast. Gets the whistle.
Adesukasi going all the way to the bucket there. Should have been stopped in transition, you say, to your team. Always stop the basketball. Keila didn't, and they will pay the price. But yeah, Adesukasi having some lessons from Zach Irvin, laying the ball up on the other side of the glass.
Do you think he runs a drill for them every practice?
I think so.
Zach,
I think
Zach's
so. Did you know that Zach Irvin, and this may surprise you, because he can make this shot, but it's not something he goes to regularly. He's ranked 3rd all time in 3-point field goals made and attempted for Michigan.
Really?
Yeah.
That's, I mean, it shows his all-round game.
It does, and we've often said, oh, he's made one from the outside, but
he can do it.
Yeah, we owe him an apology. We owe him a big-time apology.
As Adesukasi gets a second to drop, it's a 6-point game.
Yeah, or maybe I owe him an apology, Caz.
Park. Hands off to Curtis, who's fouled by Carey. Kyle Carey in for Manchester.
A rewind a year ago when Kyle Carey did come into the ball game. The thing that really hampered his progress was the early foul trouble like that. He's an aggressive defender, and you can't take that away, otherwise he becomes not the same player. But he has to stay out of foul trouble, especially having a good game at the weekend, to kind of stay in there within that rotation. Because if Kyle Carey's out there on task, he's an excellent basketball player.
As Curtis doesn't get it to drop. Oseboyan spins, hangs in the air, foul's called on Spilletta, and that's the 3rd on Keila, so Oseboyan heads to the foul line.
And Manchester playing small ball here, everyone can handle the basketball. Oseboyan being the biggest guy out there on court with Adesukasi. Both those guys you've just seen get to the line in quick succession, so a bit of a nightmare matchup, full court for Keila.
And that foul is Spilletta's 2nd foul, so he's headed to the bench while Saul comes back out onto the court as Oseboyan gets his first points in a Manchester jersey. Having played 3 years in the G League for the Cleveland Charge. Played for the Cavaliers in Summer League as well. And doesn't get a second one to go. Ball saved in. It's a 5-point K-League. Park finds Curtis. Against John. Curtis over to Saul. Thought about the shot, steps back, puts it up. And fouled on the shot. And 3 free throws to come.
It's a great call, and it's a call that's been made over, I'd say, the last 5 or 6 years, really consistently. You have to give the offensive player room to come down. Anything in the cylinder is deemed a foul, and referee's just talking to Cody John and making sure he understands what he did. I'm sure he did. He would want that call the other way, I think.
Got to give the shooter space to land.
Yes.
Saul averaged 7.7 points per game, 2.7 rebounds last season. It was with Caltech. Made the move over to Keila this year. And 2nd's good as well. Extends this Keila lead.
And at 6'10", Caz, he can float around the perimeter. He can one dribble right, one dribble left. He can pull up. What a skill set he has.
As it goes 3 for 3 from the foul line. Leads up to 8. Approaching the final minute of the first quarter. Jones going to the basket. As Parv gets it knocked out of his hands.
Into the ball game, Caz, is Chris Lenk of Keila, is a huge Estonian prospect. There's a lot riding on this guy. He's 20 years old, been with Keila in the junior program, and he's really, really high on their charts.
That's a great save there by Keila to keep the ball alive. And it'll be a one step too many as a travel called. And this Keila team, when we look at it, Jason, they have got a lot of young talent out there, haven't they? Yeah, they're a young team.
They're also missing 3 of those younger players tonight. So what I was going to talk about in the pre-game and the game is how young they are in depth. But some of those have not travelled tonight. But yes, the future's bright, the future's Keila.
And Osborne fouled on the drive to the basket, so back to the foul line he will go.
I think he's going to be a handful. He's going to be a handful in terms of staying in front in the dribble. And the ability to make the outside shot will make him a tough cover. Hopefully open things up for other guys on the floor for Manchester.
So first foul shot is good, and that's the first foul on Sal for Keila. Keila on 14 fouls, Manchester on 5. Just under 25 seconds left in the first quarter. And 2 from 2 for the line. Osborne up to 3 points personal. So Keila ball. Just under a second difference between the shot and game clock. Keila can hold for the final possession here as Johnson has it. Johnson against Carey. 8 seconds. Johnson looking for the screen, finds Sal on the roll, kicks it out, 3's up, doesn't drop, Jones tips it to Irvin. And that will do it for the end of the first quarter, a 24-18 lead for Keila over Manchester Basketball. You can see there just at the end, Manchester players just saying, talking, that's what we're doing. They did a really good job there on that last possession. Yeah,
and they've clawed their way back into this one, because at 14-7, it looked like Keila was just going to get out a little bit to possibly double digits, but Manchester have hung on in there, not playing well, not shooting the basketball too well, have still been able to hang around. And a 6-point game going into the second won't be the end of the world for Manchester.
So as we head into the second quarter, leading the way for Manchester, it is PJ Smith with 6 points. And for Keila, Patrick Sal on 8 points and 3 rebounds. So Jason, this is the first of 8 games that both Manchester and Keila will play in the group stage of the ENBL this season. What are both teams going to be thinking coming out to this? Keila's 3rd season in the competition, it's a debut for Manchester in the ENBL.
Well, anytime Keila can win on the road, or any basketball team can go away from home, it's quite a big crowd in here for a an evening game. And I would think anytime you can win on the road, it really shows you can tough one out. But looking at last year, Keila only had 1 win. So if they can get a win tonight, they basically equal their season. Not saying that's the end goal, but I think if they can win on the road, great. And Manchester, they're trying to hold home court as they did in the league on the opening day of the season.
Johnson against Irvin. Johnson thought about it, swings it to Tasser in the corner. High-arcing shot.
Oh, wow.
Came down with snow on it.
Just stay in that corner. Just everybody shoot from that corner.
That's Keila's 4th 3 of the game. And they're getting those looks, but even when Manchester look to try and close them down, if you shoot in that high, ball's going to go in the basket.
Big time shot from Tasser. as that ball is kicked, but he had an inch of daylight. He had the defense all over him like a cheap suit. Just elevated and swished it through. What a shot by Tassa.
PJ Smith back into the game for Manchester as Jones will take it from the sideline.
I'd like to see that ball move a little bit more side to side for Manchester.
Is it sticking a little bit?
Yeah, it just sticks early on that ball screen. Maybe, you know, the ball screen is a good weapon. It's used so much in the game today, but to go into it straight away, as you see, a nice free-flowing offense on that occasion, as Cody John, oh, wow. Oh, almost in.
Ossaboyan at the other end comes away with the steal. And a player really known for his defense, Jason, as dishes over to Irvin.
Nice.
And the connection in just a few days' time between Ossaboyan and Irvin has just been so good to see.
Yeah, I think we've seen that 3 times as Ossaboyan drove down the middle, and Zach Irvin, as always, has just found himself in the right spot. But really, really good sign that Ossaboyan can dribble and go past players in the open court.
Johnson. Again out to that corner. Sal pulls the trigger, doesn't get it to drop, but offensive rebound, so another chance as Johnson's shot doesn't fall, but you can see the game plan here from Keila. They're going to take those threes.
It's the toughest time to guard on an offensive rebound when that basketball's tipped out. There's often an easy 3-point shot coming, and usually you see those go through. Good defense by Leng guarding Smith Jr., applying pressure without fouling.
As John goes inside, Irvin doesn't get it to go, but John's there cleaning up the glass, putting the ball in the basket. And Cody John gets himself on the scoreboard, puts the lead down to 5 points.
Credit Zach Irvin with the hustle there. Johnson with the nice dish and a beautiful finish by Sal. What a pass from Johnson, right on time with a silky dime.
Ossaboyan gonna take it, spins again, Irvin's there. Can't keep the ball alive as Tassa and Keila have numbers here. And Thompson finishing at the rim. And we'll have a timeout called by Manchester Basketball's head coach, Matthew Otten. Wants to talk it over with the team as Keila stretches. So Jason, we saw Manchester cut that Keila lead down to 5 points, but again, Keila have an answer for everything Manchester has thrown at them, stretched it right back out to 9 points.
And the myth of European basketball has always been fan out, guard the shooters on the perimeter, and then all of a sudden they're going coast to coast and laying the ball up right down the middle. The changing of gears, as you see the dunk there on the replay, of this Keila team has been outstanding. They've got the ball in the half court and they've come up with a turnover or a rebound. Before you know it, the ball is at the other end being laid up. It's just so fluent and so efficient.
And for Keila, they're a team that have played British opponents before in the last 2 seasons, having played against the Bristol Flyers and Newcastle Eagles, teams that have also played in the ENBL, so maybe a little bit familiar with the British style of play.
Yeah, and also Coach Pep Parth, he's not only the coach, he's the founder of this club, so he knows everything inside and out and just able to dictate how the game is played. But yeah, you're right, they've already had a feel of this one. It's not their first rodeo.
As Jones catches, shoots, three, splashes it in from outside. That's exactly what Manchester needed coming out of that timeout.
It is, because Keila was sagging off and daring Manchester to make one of those 3 balls. Max Jones says, dare me again, as PJ Smith picks the pocket and could have passed the ball to Cam Cleary, but
gets fouled on the shot, so PJ Smith will go to the line for Manchester. Foul is the first on Tassa for Keila. PJ Smith Jr., we spoke about him before, but 34 points in that game against Surrey on Saturday. Just a huge player. He is a scorer, isn't he? We know he can shoot the three, we know he can get to the basket, but he's going to be such a crucial point for the Manchester team this year.
He is, but a little bit like Ashton Langford last year, he has to be a little bit of a chameleon in terms of winning. Ashton Langford, beginning of the season, didn't shoot the ball enough. PJ Smith doing what he has to do to win and shooting it, but if he gets 34 points, Manchester will probably lose. He has to be that guy around 20 points and everyone else chipping in. So I think, yes, he can explode at times and he will have those games, an outstanding talent. But for Manchester to win, that load has to be shared.
As he goes 2 or 2 from the line, 8 points personal for Smith. Leads down to 4 for Keila.
This is what he can do. Get all over the ball handler defensively. It's causing havoc, and Zach Irving denies the ball, and all of a sudden Manchester are thinking, have we found something that to play to our advantage? They're in the passing lanes and they're being aggressive defensively, and you can see the respect from the coach calling that timeout because he's aware that might be an issue.
Manchester with a chance to take it down to a single possession game after this timeout. And we see Zach Irving there out on the floor. Manchester basketball's defensive player of the year last year. We know the impact he can have out there on the court.
Yeah, and you don't play at Michigan because you only play at one end. Zach Irving knows the importance of defense and he can guard big to small. So as you see there, in the passing lanes, taking the ball out of Johnson's hands, the next play, he'll be all over the defensive glass. He's a little bit of a Swiss Army knife guy, he can do it all.
He certainly is. And Patrick Saal for Keila, 10 points personal and 4 rebounds, leading the way for Keila. We've seen him have some good looks. How do Manchester try and close him down?
Well, the bad news is he's done it without us really noticing. He's done it really quietly. And those guys are a big problem. Guys that can just go under the radar and come out and end up with 10 points here and there before you even know. So I would say you just have to have the right matchups out there.
And we'll see Roland Tankivi on the floor for Keila as he picks up his first minutes of the game. Under 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Can Manchester cut this to a single possession game? Cleary turns, fires, doesn't get to drop, but Irving's there, gets the rebound and the putback. It's a 2-point game. Spalletta hands off to Johnson. Tasser going inside, draws the foul, was trying to go up and under between Nicholson, and if that's on Nicholson, no, that was on Smith. That's Smith's first. Nicholson playing with those 2 fouls, so a bit of a collective inhale of breath in the arena.
I always find it really interesting. Coach Matthew Otton, does he roll the dice? Does he sub? Does he leave him out there? Can he play in foul trouble? Things that you won't know at this point during the season. And I think the luxury of the ENBL is that you can work on things that will also benefit you in your domestic league and vice versa. So you get kind of have 2 bites of the cherry.
Yeah, best of both worlds.
Yeah.
So Tasser at the foul line, playing 3x3 in the Youth Nations League in Europe this season, throughout the summer. And we'll see Ralph Cuttis back into the game for Keila. 3-point game here, 32-29, Keila lead. Smith finds Cleary. Cleary going inside, gets the whistle. Fouls on the floor, so it will be inbound for Manchester.
And Kayam Cleary has to stay locked in. He has to stay in scoring mode. Sure, he's been in these times before where he just is struggling to get it going, but he has to keep attacking. For the sake of everyone else on the floor, has to play selfish.
Smith against Johnson. Nicholson back to Smith. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Smith pulls up from mid-range. Nicholson's there for the rebound. Jones, three's up. Doesn't drop. Manchester again getting some good looks here. Park to Johnson. Keila looking to extend their lead as Curtis pulls up from the foul line, hits. And Curtis with his first point to the game.
The shooting from this Keila team has been outstanding. They have been so efficient in shooting the basketball from both mid-range and 3 points. Trademark of all good European teams.
Cleary going all the way, gets the drop.
There you go, Kyan Cleary.
Does that open up the floodgates a bit for Cleary?
If you're a Manchester fan, you would hope so.
Spalletta. Curtis. Curtis looking for some help. Pass there. Oh, fading away. What a shot. Margles Park.
Max Jones really didn't pay him the respect he needed. He just went to sleep for that 1 second. Park made him pay. Really good role player.
Jones pulls up from deep, knocks it down, and Max Jones turning it up to the max. 6 points and a big basket for Manchester as he cuts the lead to 2 and a steal. Manchester with a chance here to tie the game or go ahead as Jones out to Smith. Gets it to goal, and Manchester are up 1.
Where did that come from, Caz? Max Jones involved in everything as he nails the 3 ball and a really, really good pass to PJ Smith, dynamite shooter. Another 3 ball goes down.
Manchester's first lead of the game.
Zach Irvin will come and join us over here, already flirting with a double-double, 8 points and 5 rebounds.
As Irvin picks up his first foul, so sideline ball for Keila. Osaboyan back into the game for Manchester.
Zach Irvin, one of those guys that plays so aggressive, but plays so sportingly. He never argues with the referees.
Always
Never,
got a smile on his face.
yeah, never questions calls. He just goes about his business. True professional.
Parv against Jones, over to Johnson. Time running down, 3 seconds, gonna have to put something up. Won't go. Some good defense there from Manchester, really forcing Keila into a shot they probably didn't want to take there.
Yeah, Osaboyan came out and guarded that basketball, had a hand almost on it. Unmakeable shot for Johnson because of the collective defense of Manchester.
So Manchester with a 1-point lead. Just over 3.5 minutes to play in the half. Jones working under the basket, tough shot.
See, that's where the basketball has to move. As Tamkivi offloads, and probably we expected that one to go down. Manchester come out running.
And Irvin loses it. Johnson picks it up. Johnson gonna take it, and you see there the hands from Osaboyan, knocks the ball out of bounds, doesn't foul. And that's exactly why he was named the Big 12 Defensive Player of the Year when he was at college.
You know everything. I'm astounded. I'm astounded. I'm astounded you said I do as well. It wasn't your normal humble self.
Manchester back on the attack. Jones off the glass, doesn't go. Who's there for the rebound? Zach Irvin doing what he does best, cleaning up at the rim, and Manchester take a 3-point lead. What a swing there from Manchester.
Yeah, and a captain's performance already by Zach Irvin. He's not one of those guys that you don't need to run plays for. He'll just pick up offensive rebounds, stick backs and layups, and he's playing exceptionally well. He's the glue right now for this team, but Max Jones and PJ Smith have got it going from the outside.
Zach Irvin, one of the returning players alongside Kyle Carey and Cody Johnson, Manchester basketball this season, captaining the team, and he just really has made his mark on the team, hasn't he?
It looks like he's embraced it too. I mean, I imagine he was a leader last year in the locker room, and he got on really well with DJ Mitchell, you know, and they were close at times, but he just looks like he's really embraced that lead, and being kind of veteran on this team. You know, he's still got a lot of game left in him. There's many years to come for Zach Irvin, but having that leadership quality, you can see it already coming out.
And for Keila, you mentioned they have a new starting five this year, quite a lot of new players out there on the floor, but some returning players. Obviously, Mordzs playing in his 4th season for Keila. And how do you mix that together?
Well, going back to the rotation, there's 9 guys out here, so you know, Coach Parth, he'll be able to sub guys in and out, and he'll be able to use this game as a let's see how we get on the road kind of game. But I would say right now he would know who his team is, and there'd be 3 younger guys to complement that. Sometimes less is more.
So back out on the floor, Keila ball, clearly pressuring it, gets it into the hands of Smith. Smith, oh, behind the back, and Jones throws it down. And Manchester have got the crowd on their feet.
PJ Smith was an absolute dime on the break, and Max Jones with the courtesy to flush that basketball through. I hope it was so nice that we're going to see it twice. We'll see if we get a replay, Caz, but Max Jones testing the springs of the rim. Kyan Cleary, PJ Smith, all involved.
And Cleary just hustling after the ball. What a pass there.
Number 2 take flight.
And it will be Keila ball from the sideline. Johnson will inbound. Manchester with their biggest lead of the game so far as Ossaboyan steals the inbound, takes it, jams it down, and making a statement here in Manchester.
What a swing with 2 minutes remaining. Who would have thought that it was Keila trying to hang in there?
Park, 3, doesn't fall. Saved in by Jones underneath the basket. Cleary, Ossaboyan in the corner. Goes against Park, out to Cleary, 3, doesn't drop. Ball's tipped. Zach Irving gets Manchester another chance on offense. Ossaboyan to the basket. Gonna go to the foul line.
He just couldn't get that ball in his hands properly. He's already beaten the defense. As Ossaboyan on 5 points has a chance to make it 7. As we see the breakaway slam sends that one down. Thank you, there goes that man. Beautiful play by Ossaboyan.
And that foul just there is the 3rd on Spalletta, so he's gone to the bench for Keila. And with still a half to play, Jason, that could be a bit of a worrying position for Keila.
And this is where the rotation being only 9 is a tough one, because they're going to depend on Thompson and Sal to play the majority of the minutes. Inside, Alexander Tasser will be coming into the ball game right now, but he's a guard, so Sal and Thompson will have to, I think, see it through till at least maybe the end of the 3rd.
Just a 2 to play here in the first half. Manchester picking up full court. Sal finds Tasser. Tasser resets. Calling for the screen from Sal. Ball's knocked away. Keila still have it. Thompson. Parv. 6 seconds on the clock. Thompson. And...
oh, what a shot. What a shot.
Curtis in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
Saving Keila at the end of the clock.
If in doubt, throw it to Curtis. He's playing horse behind the basket right there.
Ossaboyan takes it, ball pops out. And Sal looking to get it over to his teammates. He will, well, but they need to get it over the halfway line. Parth will set things up. Sal can't save it inside the lines, and it will be Manchester possession.
Aggressive defense by Kyan Cleary, still contributing on this basketball court, yet to get it going offensively. Only on 2 points, but defensively he's doing a good job.
So 44-38 lead for Manchester, with 51.7 in the half. Tim Adatukasi checks into the game. And Gabe Ossaboyan takes a seat. Ossaboyan with 6 points and 4 rebounds, along with 2 steals for Manchester in his debut. Ball's in the hands of Smith. Smith gonna go baseline, hangs in the air, puts it up and in. He's up to 13 points, personal lead in all scorers. Keila looking to answer here, to finish strong in the half. Saal to Curtis. And fouls on the floor, goes against Manchester, that's their fourth.
Will be called on Smith Jr. as he picks up his second personal.
And that's on Smith, his second. As Kyle Carey subs in and Smith will take a seat. It's a sideline ball, Keila. Park has Saal. Back to Park. 8 seconds on the shot clock. And an offensive foul called goes against Keila. So Manchester will have the ball with 14 seconds.
Will be an offensive foul.
Easily enough time. They're going to make a sub. They're going to get PJ Smith back in the ball game to take over ball handling duties. But with 14 seconds, no disparity in shot clock to game clock, they're going to have a chance to run this one down and get the final shot. Who would have thought Manchester will be going into half-time up after a really, really good period by Keila.
Really swung things here in the second quarter. 28-14 run for Manchester so far.
So it'll be Length that takes on the responsibility guarding PJ Smith. You would assume that there would be a high ball screen up top, but Length has played him well so far one-on-one. So we'll see what ensues in this opening play. 10 seconds left.
8 seconds. 6. Smith with the ball. 4 seconds. Steps back. Three's up. It's short. Picked up by Keila. And at the end of the first half, ooh, that was close. At the end of the first half, it is a 46-38 lead for Manchester over Keila, an 8-point lead. And as we just said before, Jason, a real swing for Manchester there in the second quarter. They were down 11 earlier on.
Yeah, and they got stops. It's a high-scoring game. 46 is about what Manchester want to have. They're a volume scoring team and they want to get shots up, so it's going to work for them. But really, really good response by Matthew Otton's men.
So leading the way from Manchester, PJ Smith with 13 points and 3 assists. Zach Irvin with 10 points and 7 rebounds, 5 of them offensive, a real difference maker out there for Manchester. And leading the way for Keila, it is Patrick Saal on 10 points and 5 rebounds. And Alexander Tassa on 9 points, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. So the second half coming up, but let's hear from Manchester Basketball's I.M. Cleary on joining the league this season.
One of the lifetime opportunity, you know, to come back and, like I said, I've been gone 8 years, to come back home and play in front of my city like around this time. So it's a blessing, honestly. 2 minutes around the corner. I'm from Gorton originally. Started playing in high school, went to Wright Robbie, would come here, play, joined Manchester Magic around like 12, 13, and then yeah, kind of just grew up playing basketball as a junior here in the sea in Manchester. So yeah, this is home to me, innit? Being here and playing for Manchester, it kind of gives me an extra edge, you know what I mean? I got a bit more fire in me, you know what I mean, to really win, because I'm back home, so you know, like, I want to put on for the crowd, I want to put on for my people, you know what I mean? I want to win some games, so just, I feel it, I feel the energy inside of me, I feel the fire inside of me, you know what I mean? So I don't really feel no pressure being home, I just feel like, you know what, it's an opportunity just to go have fun, you know what I mean? Because this is where I grew up playing, you know what I mean? So just being able to go out and show everybody like who supported me growing up what I can do and, you know, how far I've come and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a blessing. I'm looking forward to it. I was shocked and there was so much going through my mind. Like, am I ready to go back home? Do I want to go back home yet? There was a lot. I definitely felt a lot of nerves. I feel like it was needed. You know, like I said, I've been away for 8 years and, you know, I've had a tough time these 8 years, you know what I mean? Last year, I sat out the entire year. So I had a lot of time to just reflect and, you know, just grow as a person. Basically took a year off basketball because I got injured. So then having the call to come back home was almost like a reset. You know what I mean? I was like, you know what, this is perfect timing. You know, I get to come home, play. So yeah, there was a lot of emotion with it, especially once I decided, yeah, like, took me like a week or two to be like, yo, this is actually happening, you know what I mean? I'm actually like coming back home to play. Because normally I only come home for like a week or two and then I'm back off, like back overseas. So, you know, having that feeling of like, I'm home now, you know what I mean? It was definitely there was a lot of emotion. I've still got so far to go, you know what I mean? So I know a lot of people look up to me now, so it's just kind of, it's crazy to think, you know what I mean? It's kind of humbling, you know what I mean? So, but then it makes me realize, like, you know, I've grown so much and it's time to now like put on for the next generation, you know, and be that role model, you know what I mean? So it's like I'm ready to kind of take that role on almost, you know what I mean, for the, like I said, for the next generation. So yeah, it's big time.
Manchester Basketball's Kayem Cleary there, talking about making the move back to his hometown, having spent 8 years away from Manchester, and certainly a big part of this Manchester basketball team. As we get ready for the second half between Manchester Basketball and Keila Coolbet in the ENBL, playing in Pool 2. Manchester making a comeback in the second quarter. It was a 28-14 run for Manchester, having been down 11 earlier on to Keila. We can see there Zach Irving doing what he does best, making baskets, getting rebounds and putting the ball back in the hoop. And Smith Jr. finding his teammates. So Manchester and Keila will both be back in action very shortly. Manchester will be playing in the ENBL at home on Wednesday, October the 15th against BC Slovan Bratislava. Keila will be playing Gimli from Norway. That'll be away in Norway on the 29th of October. And Manchester Basketball will also be back at home in the SLB against Leicester on Sunday, October the 5th at 3 p.m. That's a double header with the women's game, who are playing the Newcastle Eagles at 6:15. So grab your tickets, go to manchester.basketball, get your tickets for both games. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic day of basketball. So teams coming out on court, getting ready for the second half. But first, we'll be back after this short break.
I got 99 problems, I had 100 missed calls. I could slide out with a guy late night, take time, hit the bank and I withdraw. Then man won't talk about flex, my bro hit the wreck, so you know he cause a big storm. Whip till his wrist hurt, whizness, big mur. No caps to the word, do it all for my sister. Shit act up, now shit that's why I'm distant. In this life, no niggas still figuring. I some niggas line kick like this spin. I drip, hit the store and I'm dripping. Yeah, these harsh shits made me turn distant. She throw it back, I'm resisting. My doors hit shots like piston. I don't even f with these bad little. I just get this feeling in my system. Emotions I know you can't handle. Know you wrong, but you still a victim. Trick me, how you tricking? Yeah, these harsh shits made me turn distant. She throw it back, I'm resisting. My doors hit shots like piston.
we'll just chat. Okay, we're at halftime here in Manchester. I'm with Coach Antoine Broxy. And Antoine, you were down by 6 in the end of the first quarter. You must be happy with the response to go up at halftime.
Yes, I'm very happy with the response. I mean, we decided to play our brand of basketball, and we decided to allow our basketball to dictate how we want to play this game.
And Zach Irving was a big part of that. He's got 10 points and 7 rebounds, a captain's performance in the first half.
Yeah, for me, I've always said Zach is Mr. Everything. He gives you a little bit of everything. Like, he goes out, grabs rebounds. Hell, if you need him to, you go get you some coffee.
And yourself, coming over here from Florida, it's your first time in the UK. You say Manchester's a nice place. Yeah. How are you dealing with this weather?
Oh, I mean, well, so you got to understand, I was in Cleveland for a little bit, so I'm kind of used to this weather. I mean, for the most part, it's not too hot, and it's not super cold. So I'm actually not. It's not that bad.
Well, apart from the basketball, which you're going to be really, really into, we hope you enjoy your time over here.
I'm already loving it.
Yeah, well, thanks for your time, and good luck for the second half. Good luck for the season, Coach.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Welcome back into the National Basketball Centre and a tere tulemas to our Estonian viewers as we get ready for the third quarter in this ENBL Pool 2 matchup between Keila and Manchester Basketball. Manchester Basketball with a 46-38 lead as we head into the third quarter. They were down 11 earlier on, Jason, and we spoke about it just before half-time, but a real swing there in the second quarter.
Yeah, it's so important that guys rebound early in the season and come back. It would have been a major haul if Keila would have gone 15 points up and Manchester hung around and then they had their run. But speaking of runs, this is what it's a game of, and 38 plays 46, an 8-point game at half-time. It's well in reach for either team to go ahead and make another run in the third quarter.
And for Keila, who's really been the standout player for you so far? We see Mario Spalletta out there with the 3 fouls, maybe having to limit his time a little bit.
And it looked like it was going to be all Spalletta. He had his hands on the ball in probably 3 out of 4 every offenses early in the first quarter. But the foul trouble hampered him, but taking over was Patrick Sal. Scoring from outside, 3 balls, 2 balls, getting to the foul line and really orchestrating the offense. But I still say, if you're Manchester, keep the ball out of the hands of Kadarius Johnson, because he's dynamite in making this team go.
And Sal a +4 in a game that Keila are down 8. So for people that aren't familiar with that, Patrick Sal makes the team 4 points better off with him on the floor than off the floor. And when you're down, that's a real credit to what he's been doing off the ball. Yeah,
and speaking of pluses, Kayam Cleary with only 2 points, but he's a +10. So you can see what else he's doing out there in terms of stats. Also, PJ Smith with that +10 index rating.
And that shows as well the way that Kayam Cleary plays. We saw him at half-time talking about coming back to Manchester 8 years away from his hometown, but the impact he has off the ball, just, you know, it can't be overlooked.
I love how he's embracing the moment. Like he says, just a kid from Gorton, you know, living out his dream and playing professional basketball in his hometown, as Max Jones will get to the line. Foul is on number 14, Alexander Tasser.
The first team foul for Keila. And Max Jones will go to the foul line. 8 points personal for Jones so far. The second leading scorer for Manchester Basketball so far this season after 2 games where he's been averaging 13.5 points per game and 5 rebounds. Gets the first free throw to fall.
First one's good.
Graduated Kansas State earlier this year, playing in his first pro season as he goes 2 of 2 from the line. And it's a 10-point lead for Manchester.
Johnson calling for the ball screen from Spalletta.
Thompson into the corner. Tasser, shot doesn't drop, ball's tipped. Nicholson back in the game for Manchester, gets the rebound. Smith looking for a way to the basket, finds
that was nice.
it. That was a shifty move.
That was nice, and the way he really held that position on that second dribble was everything. Went from 1st to 5th in the blink of an eye. Nice move by PJ Smith.
He's able to find those gaps in the defense. Tasser looks to answer, too strong. Irving 1 rebound away from a double-double as he steps through to the basket.
Handling that ball full court. A little bit of jelly on that layup with the left hand. Beautiful play by the number 7.
Manchester's biggest lead of the game so far. Johnson can't save it inside. Manchester will get it back, and again, Zach Irving putting the pressure on defensively.
And got to speak to assistant coach Antoine Broxy at half-time, who says Zach Irving is Mr. Everything. He's just proven that on that possession, going coast to coast and laying the ball up, and then coming up with almost steal, but still possession for Manchester.
Cleary in the corner, has Thompson on him. Cleary stops.
Oh, what a move, what a move. What a move by Kyan Cleary. Stops on a dime and then just knives to the bucket. Beautiful play by the kid from Gorton.
A great start there for Cleary to this second half as Spilletta 3 doesn't drop. Thompson's there for the rebound, fouled on the floor. That'll be the first on Manchester. That's the third on Smith.
Coach Pet Parv will be very, very anxious right now. They haven't come out with any sort of intensity, and Manchester seem to be having their way. This one could get a little bit ugly if Keila are not ready to play. We've seen another steal, and Max Jones will take that coast to coast. There's the 8th rebound.
Smith out to Jones. Jones, not that time. Good hands there by Tassos to save it in for Keila. Thompson, tough pass into Spilletta.
Yeah, you have the feeling that this one could really, really get ugly if Keila are not able to get some stops and some scores.
As we go on, let's go, Manny, let's go.
Manchester stretching out the lead here in the third quarter. An 8-0 run so far. Cleary against Thompson. Cleary going to take it to the basket. Too much on it.
Cam Cleary upset with himself. Sorry, Caz. Sal will lay that one in. The basket doesn't count, but Cam Cleary at the other end did everything but put that one through the rim. It was a nice move.
Foul is against Jones. That's the second on Manchester. So Sal at the line here for 2. Sal had a season-high 17 points against Rigas Delhi last season when he made 4 threes.
We can be louder, let's go.
So Polish referee Paulina, she's on a G League duty soon.
She will be next month.
She did say she might not get everything right, but it looks like she has done. I'm not a referee, Caz, but those referees, all 3 of them doing a great job.
Doing a fantastic job. As Manchester bring the ball up the court. Smith stops on the baseline. Out to Cleary, has no one on him.
Yeah, too open. Cam Cleary usually has a guy in his face.
It can throw you, can it? When you're too open. As Johnson hanging in
nice
the air.
move.
Tough shot.
What a move.
Basket's good, and the foul. Katie Johnson going to go to the line. How high off the glass was that?
What a move. And forget the commentary, Caz. I did interrupt you, but I just became a fan as he turned that corner and he got right to the bucket. And I love how he just saw out the contact. I don't think Nicholson even knew what was coming. What a play by Johnson.
He hung it in the air so long he decided what he was having for lunch tomorrow and then decided to put the ball up.
He did.
And we'll see Cody John and Gabe Osaboyan back in for Manchester. So Katie Johnson with a chance for a 3-point play the old-fashioned way at the foul line here. And completes it up to 8 points personal.
We're on double-double watch. Zach Irving, 9 rebounds.
Along with 12
points.
Saboyan for 3. Doesn't go.
There you go. There it is. 16 minutes remaining and change in this one. Zach Irving moves on to a double-double.
In the third quarter as well. We got a lot of basketball still to play as Thompson swings the ball out. It's knocked out of bounds. Keila will keep it with 9 seconds on the shot clock.
Manchester clicking offensively and defensively. Everybody on a string within distance of each other to cover drivers and help side defenses. Thompson will lay that one in. Contested by the impressive Irving.
Leads down to 12 for Manchester. Jones to Cleary. Osaboyan hands it back to Jones. Pulls up for 3 off the back iron. And Sal skies in for the rebound. Johnson again, same place. Oh, and an offensive foul called. going to go against Johnson. That's his first foul. Manchester will have it from the sideline. But you can see the speed with which he plays with.
Yeah, also Boyan right there, though, read that like a book. He saw him coming from 40 feet out. Really good play. Cody John will pull.
Spalletta with the rebound. Keila trying to chip into this lead. It's a 12-point deficit. Both teams playing their first pool game in Pool 2 in the ENBL this season. As Sal somehow saves the ball, can't get it to go. That was such tough rebounding. You feel like you should be rewarded with that. As Cleary has the ball knocked away, Thompson comes away with it. Johnson pulls up and hits! And KD Johnson, you almost feel like he's about to start going off. That could be the start of something. As we'll be back after this short break for the timeout.
Well, we're so lucky here at Bellevue. Just time and time again, it looks like a team is going to get away, but another team comes back. What a great game basketball is, full of surprises. We thought that Manchester would pull away, and it's back to single-digit ball game. 9 points is the lead for Manchester basketball.
Kyle Carey back out on the floor for Manchester. As Boyan finds Ada Tukasi. Works against Sal. Out to Smith, 5 seconds on the shot clock. Smith splits the defense, stops. Out to Ada Tukasi. Ball goes out of bounds as the clock winds down. And Sal just was standing up right there.
Yeah, Sal wanted Ada Tukasi speaking to him, said he kind of tried to trick the referee. I don't think so. I think it was just a coming to.
Keila a chance to cut into this lead. Pass over to Sal. Sal.
Oh, he's good. He's so good.
Foul.
He's so good.
A huge basket there. 3 is down, and a chance for a 4-point play from Sal.
You very, very rarely see guys that can shoot as well with a guy right in their face as they can with no one there. All you need really is an inch of daylight, but it's easier said than done. Sal caught that basketball, the way he moved his feet into position, squared up and fired that long ball, a thing of beauty. Absolutely lovely shot.
Sal shot spins out, but it's a 6-point game. And foul on the floor, as Manchester will have it from the sideline. Do you know what I wrote on my notes next to Patrick Sal's name?
Go on.
Good shooter.
Good shooter. That's
a great shooter.
Yeah, I think that's it's not a very nice comment. He's been outstanding.
He has been outstanding. And Cody John can't answer for Manchester. As the ball goes out of bounds, it is Keila basketball. A 6-point game with 4 minutes 8 to play here in the third quarter.
So right now you can see the cogs turning in PJ Smith's brain. He's thinking, do I go or do I synchronize my offense? It's a real tough part of the game, only 6 points up. And he's wondering whether to go or stay. We're going to see what happens in these upcoming plays as Manchester have the ball.
Osaboyan with another steal, but Sal gets it back. John takes it back for Manchester and floats the ball in the basket. A little bit of a messy possession for both teams, but ends up with 2 points for Manchester. Thompson to Johnson. Johnson against John. Smith racing down the court for Manchester. Kicks it into the corner. Ada Tukasi. It's taken away by Thompson. And Thompson,
Oh,
that's a
nice
tough
move.
shot.
That was a nice move. It looked like he was going to seek the body out.
That's a really difficult shot to go up against Gabe Osaboyan. Such a strong defender, but really patiently waited there to get past him. And we're back to a 6-point game.
Nice
Okay.
play by Sal, daring Osaboyan to take the outside shot.
It was an 8-0 run for Manchester to start the quarter. It's 12 all here. With just under 3 to play as Curtis gets the friendly roll.
How good has he been at that? We've seen that time and time again. Get to the foul line.
It's that mid-range shot, really nice finish.
Yeah, just elevate.
Osaboyan taking it to the basket. And blocking foul is called. That's going to go against Keila. Sal's on the floor. He'll be checked by his teammates. Took a bit of a hit on that.
Yeah, I don't want to speculate, but let's hope it's not the head area that hit the deck.
So Keila having cut it down to a 4-point game. Really coming back here in the third quarter, just as Manchester did in the second. It's just been, as you said, Jason, it's been a game of runs.
Yeah, they're shooting 30% from three-point line. 76% from two-point range, so keeping it ticking over.
And I think
Keila.
when you look at the slight difference there, it's the points in the paint with Manchester on 32, Keila on 20. That's been quite the difference maker in the way the teams are playing.
It is, but if this is going to be the first game of the European North Basketball League, and we're going to see many more here in this building, it's going to be good because these teams are competitive. You know, you've got a team that won one game last season, a new team in Manchester coming into this kind of setting, and they're really, really going at each other. Neither one is giving an inch. Yeah, they're just going to have a look whether, just going to check if there was anything untoward. Love when the referees do this. I'm by no means a ref, Caz, but definitely love the communication between these officials. And they're just going to have a look and decide whether there was any intent on the part.
Yeah, 3 incredibly experienced officials out there on the floor.
I think they're going to look at Osaboyan and say, was there any intent in terms of any follow-through, any wind-up? They're just going to go regular foul, 2 shots, and we move on.
So Osaboyan at the foul line for 2, a chance to extend this lead for Manchester.
Also, referees taking the sting out of things, if there is anything there. Allows Patrick Sal just to get his bearings again, and we can move on.
So first is good. Osaboyan off the bench in his debut for Manchester. 6 rebounds, 3 assists. And 7 points after that second one doesn't drop, but Ada Tukasi with the rebound doesn't get it to go. And it's Keila ball. Thompson.
Ada Tukasi all over that basketball. Sorry, Caz.
Johnson on the top of the arc, pulls up against Carey. And ball's out of bounds.
Yeah, Kyle Carey, no stranger to one-on-one, being on an island and playing defense. He's one of the best in the league in that position. He says, not on me, young fella.
Kyle Carey, one of those players that he does not have to score to impact the game. He works so hard off the ball. Such a tough defender. As Smith to the basket. Couldn't finish the lob, but a foul called. So Manchester will go back to the foul line.
Matt Nicholson, the lob hunter, nearly sent that one down south. Patrick Sal picks up the foul and will have to then throw in Spalletti because Sal now moves on to 4 fouls.
And that is a blow for Keila.
Big time.
14 points from Sal, really instrumental in leading this comeback here in the third quarter. Has 9 rebounds as well, so he's been doing it on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, he's been huge. He's been huge, and he's picked up 2 fouls just in quick succession. It's a tough break for him.
As the second one doesn't drop for Nicholson, ball's out. They're going to stay with Manchester, so they get another chance here.
Spalletti probably didn't think he was going to play much anymore on those 3 fouls. He was sat over there, maybe even took his shoes off.
Smith looking to get the ball inside. Long pass to Nicholson. Back to Smith. Smith looking for some space, finds it, drains the basket.
And that's his game. That little mid-range elbow game where he shakes, looks like he's going to go to the bucket and he can stop on a dime.
Thompson out to Curtis, catch and shoot. Won't go, but a whistle on the floor.
Yep, Spalletti over the back. It's another bad foul.
So that's going to be foul number 4 on Spalletti. And that gives Manchester shots at the foul line, and that is 2 big calls there for Keila, now with Sal and Spalletti on 4 fouls.
It's a really good box out by Nicholson. We rave about the dunks, we rave about the passes, but very rarely do we commend the real subtle differences that can be made. And Nicholson, a really good box out on Spalletti. That's why the big man has picked up his 4th.
Nicholson doesn't get the first to drop, shooting 66.7% from the stripe so far this season. Coming out of Northwestern University in Illinois after 5 seasons there. Second doesn't go. Keila and Carr. Thompson. Out to Curtis. Curtis works against Carey. Spalletti, short jumper is good.
Nice shot by the big man, and haven't they missed him? Been sat down for a long time.
Final minute of the third. Adatukasi looking to pass out of it, needs some help. John going to the basket, out of bounds. And Keila, chance to cut into this here as Max Jones back into the game. And KD Johnson back in for Keila.
So one of the guys that's really been quiet is the number 23, Thompson. But you say that, and he has 8 points and 9 rebounds. So what a contribution he's made. He's only played 21 minutes, but the number 23, I think, going down the stretch, will have to play bigger than his size due to the foul trouble of the 2 big men.
He's certainly a player that just goes about his job. Spalletti, same spot, doesn't get it to drop, but the basket is good. He's going to go to the foul line. And you see Mario Spalletti out there. Again, the impact he's had on the floor has been limited because of the foul trouble, but that is why he's such a crucial part to this Keila team.
He is a crucial part, but that basketball hit the side of the glass and found a way back into his hands. Just
so
look what I found. Yeah. I mean, credit the hustle, credit the offensive intensity, and credit the M1 if he makes it.
Spalletti in Austria last season had the second highest scoring season of his career.
So yeah, 3-point ball game. 24 seconds remaining. You would like to see PJ Smith involved in the game. He'll be guarded by Johnson. Cal Carey will find his customary position in the corner, but it will be high ball screen from Nicholson and PJ Smith. He'll turn around and come right back, and they'll go to it. 2-man game from Manchester. Cal Carey will run the baseline. There's a mismatch as Smith goes right by the defense. He'll stop, throw it out to Adatukasi, and all of a sudden that basketball is turned over. So Manchester didn't get what they want, and with 3.6 remaining, easier chance to, dare I say it, Caz, tie this ball game.
Hey, they've got a chance here. 3.6 seconds is a lot of time in basketball. Manchester, you can see, are going to pick up full court. And
We say a lob for Thompson here against Nicholson. Nicholson is a long way from home.
I think it's going to be a half-court heave.
See. I would go long over here with Thompson.
Look to Parth, who's
thinking
hanging
about
down
it.
around the corner. And Kutik's going to put it up from the halfway line.
Oh.
Skims the rim. And at the end of the third, it's a 3-point lead for Manchester basketball, 62-59. Keila making a comeback here, a 21-16 quarter after having gone down 16 earlier on. It's just been a back and forth game.
It has, but we know at Bellevue these things happen. First game of the season, Cheshire, really close game, and we've come back here and we have a 3-point game going into the fourth. What more can you want?
So we'll be back after this commercial break. It's a 3-point Manchester basketball lead as they are playing Keila in their first game in Pool 2 in the ENBL. So Jason, the ENBL, it's the 5th season in the competition. There are 3 pools, 27 teams, 8 games per team. Teams are going to play 4 home and 4 away over the course of the season before we advance to the playoffs. How exciting is it to see Manchester in a European competition?
Really exciting, but we saw Bristol pick up their first win in the ENBL the other night, and so 3 teams representing UK. It's Newcastle, Bristol and Manchester, and if you add the London Lions into the Euro Cup, we're representing very well.
And the Newcastle Eagles made it to the final of the ENBL last season, an absolutely huge achievement for them. And it's going to be really exciting to see what all 3 teams do throughout this competition. So back on the floor for the 4th quarter, 10 more minutes to go. As Samkivi finds Leg. Leg looking to go to the basket. That's short. Ball's out of bounds. It will go Manchester's way.
Lenk had a really good look there. He just left it short, didn't extend his right arm, did everything else right. Max Jones will handle the ball against the number 21.
Finds Carey. Nicholson back to Jones, has space, 3's off the front of the rim. Johnson.
Wow, look how fast Johnson is.
Out to the corner, length, finds Stankivi, and Sal out on the floor with those 4 fouls. Draws the foul on the 3-point shot. That's the 2nd time he's done that today.
Consistency by these referees. Every single call, we've known what's coming.
Is it the 3rd time he's done that? Because we had in the first half, in the corner, Keila had a 3-point shot.
I don't like it, Caz, and I'll tell you why. Because if you don't know, I definitely don't know. But I would say it's the 2nd one of this 2nd half. And I will go with your word. I think he had one on the right wing in the first half.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, I know it's going to annoy you, but let's put it to bed. It's the 3rd. Yeah.
But I mean, that shows the consistency of his shot as well, how he's shooting and keeping his position.
Well, guys are so close because you have to honour the 3-point shot, but he more or less dares you to come into that airspace before he lets it go. And I'm going back to the point I made. Doesn't matter whether you're 10 feet away or you're half a foot away, he's still the same shooter.
And he ties the game at 62 all. We have got a ball game on our hands here at the National Basketball Performance Centre as Jones takes it to the basket. Johnson looked like he got a hand on that. And a whistle on the play.
Max Jones just Forcing the issue a little bit, Caz. He's had a lot of three-point looks, they've been good ones, but on that occasion, make that ball move slightly, a little bit too early in the offense for him to go.
So it's sideline ball for Keila. Tasser gets it to Johnson.
The trust being put in Kyle Carey to guard the diminutive Johnson.
Ball's on the floor and it's going to go Manchester's way. Again, Kyle Carey kind of leading that, knocking the ball away.
Yeah, break for Keila really, because Zach Irving was off to the races there. It would have been an easy 2 to put his team 2 up, but we remain deadlocked at 62 with just under 9 minutes remaining.
Smith looks against Length. Smith leading Manchester with 17 points, pulls up from the three-point line, doesn't get the bounce. Irving's there, gets the rebound. And Zach Irving against Saul, standing his ground, putting the ball in the basket, puts Manchester up, but an answer straight back from Length.
Inexcusable, really, that Length can run the length of the floor and lay that basketball up as Jones goes to the goal again, and this time finishes. But you go back to Zach Irving. How good has he been, Caz? Every time that basketball's gone, it looks like it's going to end up in his hands.
He's in the right place at the right time, positions himself so well under the basket. Length over to Saul. 2-point Manchester lead, and foul goes against Osaboyan.
Yeah, tough one to pick up there. It looked like the game was starting to get flowing, and stoppages in play and emotions playing so much of a part of this game as we enter the business end of it.
That's going to be the third foul on Osaboyan. Third team foul on Manchester, and Keila not having fouled yet this quarter. As Johnson looks to inbound. Ball's going to go out of bounds. And Isaiah Thompson back in for Keila. Patrick Saul heads to the bench. And Saul leading the way for Keila with 17 points and 9 rebounds. He is playing on those 4 fouls. And is Mario Spalletta. Jones for Manchester, stops, fades away. Irving chases down the loose ball, but Length intercepts it. And it's knocked out of bounds, stays with Keila.
Zach Irving, 12 rebounds and 16 points. Backcourt violation coming. Always confuses the American players. They're straight out of college. They know you can go directly into the backcourt from the front court. FIBA rules will differ. Once you establish in the front court, no going back. But being trusted, playing only 7 minutes, is Tam Keevy being trusted by coach Pav, sorry. Looks like he'll have a tough task guarding Zach Irving.
As Smith for Manchester works against Johnson. Osaboyan under the basket.
Good defense
Thompson.
by Thompson.
And that's just what he's been able to do really effectively, as Length will be called for the offensive foul call.
Tell me you're Kyle Carey without telling me you're Kyle Carey.
That is exactly what he does. He puts his body on the line for this team.
Yeah, and he was right there. Length's arguing, but it's the easiest call that's going to be made tonight. Extended the left arm and almost poked Kyle Carey right in both eyes.
So
Kyle Carey limping a little bit. He'll stay in that corner and nail the 3 if it comes.
He will. That
He will, yeah. He's trying to throw the defense off. Perhaps they'll think leaving.
7 minutes to play here in the fourth. It's a 2-point game. Osaboyan hands off to Jones. Jones for 3. Gets it to drop. And that's Jones puts Manchester ahead here in the fourth.
If you don't succeed, try again. Max Jones finally gets one to go through the nylon. Feathery touch by the number 2.
Johnson
Oh,
to
what
Thompson.
a pass. What a pass. Thompson, look what I found, the easiest bucket we've seen all night. As Jones is left wide open and Keila dodge a bullet.
Back to a single possession game.
Oh,
Legs
good
up
pass.
ahead. He's going to
What
put it
a
in.
pass.
And it's a 1-point game. We'll have a timeout called. So we'll be back with you after this short break.
Now, I made a promise in Manchester fans. I said if there's 2 missed free throws, we're going to give out the basket. I've got no style.
And we are back with 6:18 to play. Manchester basketball playing Keila fullback in this ENBL Pool 2 group game.
So we talk about Zach Irving having his fingerprints all over this one with a double-double, but may I introduce you to Isaiah Thompson, number 23 out on the floor for Keila. 10 points, 5 of 5 from the field, 10 rebounds and 5 assists. He's been a monster in this game as he just nearly picks up another one. What a performance so far by the number 23.
Yeah, he's been absolutely huge, as has Ossaboyan, who's fighting his way underneath the basket, just really relentless on the boards there.
Yeah, Ossaboyan chance to go to 9 points personal, but going back to Thompson, what a player.
And you mentioned it before, a double-double for him, but he is Mr. Double-Double, was 3rd in the conference in double-doubles in NCAA Division 2 when he was playing for Winona State University last season. A double-double machine.
Yeah, Winona State, a really, really high major Division 2 school, so very, very accustomed to big games. I think wearing number 23, you have to have a good game.
You do.
Yeah, I would argue that it shouldn't be worn, but seeing as it is, you at least honour it the right way.
He's doing just that as Johnson in the corner against Cleary off the front of the rim. And Jones fouled on the rebound. And it's a 1-point game here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. Foul is the 2nd on Tamkivi.
Smart play by Roland Tamkivi though to stop the break as Manchester were off to the races, but yet again, 1-point game with 5 and change remaining. Just what we came to see.
And with both Sal and Spalletta on the bench for Keila, they've been playing a slightly different lineup. As Jones fading away, doesn't get it to go. But it looks like Sal's about to come in on the next substitution. Johnson
what a move
to
by
the
Johnson.
basket for the lead. Keila go up 1.
I'm sorry, if you go by Smith Jr. like that, you are exceptionally quick. Absolute lightning. As that and 1.
Gets the basket and the foul. What a debut he's having out here on the floor.
He's having a great game, but going back to Kadarius Johnson, has 13 points personally. He's just looked like whenever he wants to change gears and squeak those sneakers on the hardwood, he's been able to do it.
And that foul, so I think there's a, yeah, on the board it was on Spalletta, but he's on the bench, so it's not on him.
Yeah.
That's on Tasser, that's his 3rd. Spalletta, you can see him
That
just
would have
being
been
like,
unlucky. That would have been so unlucky that he would pick up that 5th foul while he's not even in the game.
So Ossaboyan at the line, doesn't get it to drop. Sal with the rebound.
Oh, one pass by Johnson.
Parv, 3 doesn't drop. Sal flies in for the rebound. And foul goes against Manchester.
Refs are going to be right there, making the right call again as it was a tip-in. Allow Sal to go to the line, and yet another lead change if he makes both.
Sal shot 82.8% from the line last season, gets the first and ties the game at 71.
Huge game for Keila. I mean, if they can win on the road in their opening game, 1 win last season.
And a team that won't have had very much time together as Sal's shot doesn't fall. But foul's going to go against Keila.
Favre picks that foul up and it'll allow a little bit of a break in play and a rest for Ossaboyan to walk all the way to the other end, and hopefully for Manchester fans, sink both of these.
Ossaboyan 9 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, and 3 steals out there on the floor today. Doesn't get the first one to go.
I think you can tell from coaches' responses to how players are playing down the stretch who they're going to go with. Max Jones has not had it going from the outside, but he remains in the game. Coach having a lot of faith in the number 2.
And Manchester go back up 1 in the 4th quarter here. And Ralph Guttis checks into the game as Christopher Lenk takes a seat. Lenk made a real impact there in his time off the bench. It's a 1-point game. Johnson swings it to Sal. Curtis into Sal. Sal working underneath the basket. Hook shot will go.
Oh, wow.
And Keila back on top.
Teach me that footwork, big fella.
Ossaboyan, and basket is waved off. An offensive foul is called, and that will be Ossaboyan's 4th for Manchester.
Definitely a right call. Gutsy play by Sal. He took that one once again right in the chest. He's been in the thick of the action. He's been in the wars for sure. Lucky for Ossaboyan that was in the chest, because if it had been around the head area, FIBA rules dictate that you should go have a look at that on the monitor. So Ossaboyan moves on and plays the next play.
So Keila with a 1-point lead here. We're down 16 earlier on. Curtis into Sal, has the mismatch, he's doubled. Gets it back. Oh, what a pass into the corner. Parv can't finish. But Sal with a great awareness there.
Right now, Sal is the best player on this basketball court, along with Isaiah Thompson.
As a timeout is called, it's a 1-point Keila lead. Just over 4 minutes to play here in the 4th quarter. Now, we've seen both teams go on runs, Jason. Manchester in that 2nd quarter, Keila in the 3rd, coming back into this to take the lead here in the 4th. What do you want to see from both teams down the stretch?
Well, you want to see composed offense, but what you do not want to see is too much dribbling. We've seen both teams use the high ball screen to good effect, but often when it's been successful, it's been after the ball's been shifted right to left a couple of times. It allows the defense to just stand and set up if you go straight away. But when that ball is moved around the perimeter or even in the low block, it means that the defense is constantly moving and guys can attack gaps. So I would say the recipe for success is get that basketball moving.
And for Manchester, 38 points in the paint to Keila's 32. Now again, that's something that they've really been able to switch up since half-time.
Yeah, I'd say the identity of the teams too, Caz, will come into play. Manchester have guys that are more accustomed, I would say, to playing one-on-one, whereas Keila really get the ball to the open guys after some ball movement. So dangerous situation for Manchester if they keep letting that ball stick.
So 4:10 to play in the 4th. Curtis in the corner, gets it to go! A huge shot there from Curtis.
And pick up another assist for Thompson.
4-point Keila lead. Have Manchester got an answer in there? Osaboyan gonna take it to the basket. That's short. Gets his own rebound and gets the foul call. So he's gonna go to the line. You can just see how hard he's working there.
Yeah, and he knows that Sal is on 4 fouls, so can't really do anything. It would be so important to not have him in the game for Manchester. And Osaboyan will keep taking that ball time and time again and trying to initiate contact, really. He has to know that Patrick Sal is moving out of the way and really not contesting any layups. Maybe coach can switch that matchup and put Thompson on Osaboyan.
Osaboyan goes 1 of 2 from the line. 7 of 15, been to the line 15 times today, able to draw those fouls. As at the other end, Osaboyan picks up the foul. And oh no, apologies, that was on Cleary. That's Cleary's 3rd. Osaboyan is playing on those 4 fouls.
Yeah, and Osaboyan really took a little bit of his own medicine there as Johnson went right back, right down the guts of the defense. Osaboyan took one in the chops.
So Johnson hits the first, puts it back to a 2-possession game. 14 points for Johnson, alongside 6 assists and 4 rebounds. Goes 2 of 2 from the line, and it's a 5-point Keila lead. Nicholson back out onto the floor for Manchester as Osaboyan takes a seat.
Not sure he'll be over there that long when he comes out of the game. Go back with Nicholson.
Smith. Manchester looking to cut into this lead. Cleary thought about the shot, going to take it to the basket instead. Won't fall. It's out of bounds. Last touch, Keila. Johnson wasn't able to save it.
It looked like Kyle Cleary could have picked up a foul there. Also looked like he could have picked up a travel. So I suppose everything works itself out. But 5-point ball game to Keila on the road.
Keila having played 3 seasons in the ENBL as Cleary catch and shoot 3, doesn't drop. Thompson with another rebound. Johnson. Thompson back to Johnson.
That would have been a dagger. Manchester staying alive.
Manchester looking for an answer. Smith had the hot hand in the first half for Manchester as Cleary looks for the screen. Cleary to the basket, off the glass and in. 3-point game.
Nice composed move by Kyle Cleary. Keeps his team within striking distance. But here is the matchup. Matt Jones will have to play Johnson from this one out.
Curtis has Jones on him, finds Park. Thompson stops, puts it up, bounces off the rim. Nicholson's there. Jones back to Smith. Smith from the elbow, splashes it in, and it's a 1-point game.
I have not seen Smith miss one of those little foul line jumpers after he looks like he's going to drive. Max Jones playing on the perimeter. The ball is with Sal. He'll go against Irving. He'll back down, shoot the shot. Irving played him extremely well.
As Smith for Manchester and a chance to take the lead on this possession. Smith backs it down. Irving looking to go inside, scoops it up, doesn't drop. Nicholson's there for the putback, and Manchester go ahead by 1. And Matt Nicholson, right place, right time, underneath the basket. If anyone saw the pre-season game, will be very familiar with that Matt Nicholson play. He's always ready heavy under those.
Immediate impact, big-time substitution by coach Matthew Watson. We saw him play defense on one end, causing Thompson to miss the baby hook, and he comes up with a second bite of the cherry, sees that one go through. His team are ahead 1 point. Can they hold on with 1:43 remaining?
It is just a back-and-forth battle here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. Keila having been led by Patrick Saul on 20 points. Manchester by PJ Smith on 19 points. There's nothing in it, Jason.
Nothing, absolutely nothing. It could go either way, potentially overtime.
So Spoletta and Saul playing for Keila on 4 fouls apiece. Osaboyan playing on 4 fouls for Manchester.
So we know who the main guys in terms of having the ball are for Keila. Call that man Johnson. He will have the ball in his hands the majority of this one left, and Saul will be involved in probably every screen in a row going. On the other end, PJ Smith will be playing some high ball screen, and watch out for Kyan Cleary. He's always locked and loaded in these moments.
97 seconds to play in the fourth. Johnson, Thompson. Looks like he thought about this shot. Saul is doubled on the baseline, needs some help. Ball's tipped. Smith Jr. has it, will take it.
Oh, what a finish! What a finish to the left hand. Smith Jr. switches hands on the layup.
The crowd erupting here in Manchester. A 3-point Manchester lead. Keila. Tasser. Over to Thompson. 3 seconds. 2 seconds. Saul for 3. Doesn't go. And the shot clock winds down. Manchester making a defensive stance there on that possession.
Max Jones played that well. Every other one's been a foul on Saul on a 3-point shot. He evaded the body and went round to the side and really played it well. This is potentially the game winner right here if Manchester can score.
Let's see what Manchester can do on this possession as Smith works against Kudzic. 3-point Manchester lead. Jones looking for space to the basket, finds it! And it's a 5-point game. Jones wide in the lane, coming up big for Manchester. Johnson against Irving. Johnson gonna take it, gets the whistle. Johnson's gonna go to the foul line. 32.1 seconds on the clock and a chance to cut into this for Keila. That is going to be foul number 4 on Zach Irving for Manchester.
Really smart play by KD Johnson. Turned that corner, stops the clock. Could have been an M1. But I think it may be bad news bears for Keila on the road as a 5-point game. Has to make both to cut it down to a 1-shot possession.
First is good.
So right now, who do you foul? If you're Keila, you let the shot clock go down, but
you want to try and you don't want to let too much time come off the clock. So
do you trust your defense though? It's only going to be a 3-point game. If he makes this, and he does, ice in his veins.
Single possession game.
I would say every coach would say trust your defense. A disparity of 7 seconds between game shot and shot clock.
Smith against Kudzic. Smith gonna set things up for Manchester, using the clock. 7 seconds. Smith trying to get to the basket, doesn't get it to fall. Keila have possession. Johnson takes it, doesn't get it to fall. Thompson's there. Nicholson in for the rebound. And Manchester go to the foul line. A huge rebound there from Nicholson.
Well, we've raved about Johnson the whole game, and he's had an absolutely superb game all round, but that play, I'm not sure he knew what the score was, because with 3 points to play for, he had shooters running both left and right and chose to go for the 2-point score. Had a wide open Alexander Tasser. Make that Ralph Puttis on this right wing, and that will be all she wrote with 4.5 remaining. Manchester fans are going to see yet another good game in this building. A close one, a nail-biter, with Manchester coming out on top.
And Nicholson stretches it out to a 2-possession game, so 4.5 seconds to go is not going to give Keila the time to get something off, or maybe it will. Let's see. Thompson from the three-point line doesn't drop, but that will do it. An 84-80 win for Manchester over Keila Coolbeck in the ENBL. Manchester basketball making their European debut with a win. What a game, Jason.
Yeah, what a game. And like I said, the Cheshire game was close and that one was too, but Manchester basketball take a bow. 2 years ago when they first started, Dominic Allen really performing miracles with his ball club. They are playing in Europe and they are 1-0. What a game in tonight's ENBL first game of the season.
So Manchester were led by 21 points from PJ Smith, 3 assists and 2 steals. Max Jones on 17 points, hitting 3 threes with 2 rebounds and an assist. Zach Irvin dropping in a double-double of 16 points and 13 rebounds, along with 2 assists. And in his debut off the bench, Gabe Osaboyan, 11 points and 9 rebounds and 5 assists. And for Keila, 20 points from Patrick Saal and 13 rebounds, a double-double for him, as well as Isaiah Thompson with 10 points and 13 rebounds and 6 assists. Katie Johnson adding in 17 points, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. Keila, certainly a team to watch out there in the ENBL this season. They've shown exactly what they can do out on the floor on a road game, first game of the season for them in the ENBL.
Well, if you can play like that on the road, you're going to have some wins. You're going to have some at home, but you're definitely going to pick up some surprise wins on the road. And to win only 1 game last season, I don't think it's going to remain like that for them, do you, this year?
Definitely not. And up next for Keila, they will be heading to Norway to play Gimli on the 29th of October. Manchester will be home against BC Slovan Bratislava on Wednesday, October the 15th. And as we see, just on the floor, General Manager Dominic Allen presenting MVPs for both teams. PJ Smith for Manchester and Patrick Saal for Keila. Saal, just what an impact, Jason. An absolutely lights-out shooter.
And he just looks a great teammate. I mean, he's absolutely devastated walking off this court, and so is Coach Favre. But they gave it all they could give. They couldn't really do anything else. The foul trouble did hinder them, but it also helped them because they played small ball. But you have to credit Isaiah Thompson in that as well. What a game he had.
He was huge, and that third quarter as well, that run that Keila were able to go on to bring it back. I mean, they took the lead in the 4th quarter. Just an absolutely fantastic show of basketball out there on the floor. So Manchester basketball, they will be playing in the SLB against Leicester on Sunday, October the 5th, this Sunday at 3 o'clock. That's a double header with the women's team against the Newcastle Eagles at 6:15. So you can get a ticket for both games. Go to manchester.basketball, grab your tickets now. And it should be an absolutely brilliant day of hoops out here at the National Basketball Performance Centre. So we're going to head courtside very shortly with Jason Swaine to get a word with our MVPs out on the floor. But before we do, it's a big thank you to everybody watching on the Manchester Basketball YouTube channel. You can catch all the ENBL games this season, so make sure to like and subscribe. Follow along on social media. You can check out all the clips, all the highlights from the games, and there have been some highlights from today's game, which we can see right now as well on your screen. Zach Irvin, the captain for Manchester, returning this season with that double-double. And Kayem Cleary, a +14, 6 points and a rebound and a steal, just showing the work he does off the ball, on the floor. As we said earlier in the game, doesn't have to impact the game to score. Players like that are so valuable. to have as part of your team. And for Keila, they'll be disappointed to come so close. A 4-point loss on the road to Manchester in their opening game in Pool 2, but an absolutely fantastic showing from them and a lot of potential out there on the floor. There's a lot to be excited about in Estonian basketball. Estonia going to be the co-host of Eurobasket 2029 alongside Greece, Spain and Slovenia. And we know the Estonian fans certainly like to travel. Over 10,000 of them went to Riga in Latvia for the Eurobasket this year in the summer, where Estonia finished in 19th place. There's a lot to be excited about if you're following Estonian basketball. So we're going to head courtside with Jason Swaine, who is with PJ Smith from Manchester Basketball.
As you know, you had 21 points. We're going to talk about you in a second. But Zach Irvin, he had 16 points and 13 rebounds tonight.
Yeah, Zach's our captain. He's our X factor. He get us going, get us motivated, and as you can see, we go as far as he go. So.
And you stayed out. You had a great game at the weekend. I know you had a loss against Surrey, but you had 34 points. Seems like you've hit the ground running over here. How do you feel like you're playing at the moment?
I feel like I'm playing fine. I'm adjusting well, getting to know my guys. And everybody is welcoming me and looking for me, so I'm just playing off of them and see how far we go off of it.
And finally, you're a long way from home, but you have the mic. You have a chance to say hello to people back home. Anyone you want to say hello to?
Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad. That's it. Yeah.
A family man. Well done, PJ. Great game, and we look forward to seeing you again on Sunday.
All right, thank you. A big win for them, really setting the tone for the rest of the season before they host BC Slovan Bratislava on Wednesday, October the 15th. So from myself, Caroline Bullock, and from Jason Swaine, thank you for joining us, and we will see you next time.